Good afternoon, doctor, and all my classmates. So our presentation is about direction of FDI in China. And here is our group members. My name is Yili Qian. My partner name is Guo Xiaofei. So let's start of the overview of China's FDI. So as we can see in this table 1, so the first one, in 2019, China's outward FDI net flows reached 136.91 billion of US dollars, declined by 4.3% compared with the previous years. And the total financial sector reached 19.95 billion of US dollars, and non-financial sector even reached 116.96, which contained 85.4% of total market share. And this is really huge number of FDI towards in the world. So let's move on the next page. And as we can see in this page, China is the second largest country of foreign investment. And according to the World Investment Report 2020, global FDI outflows reached 1.31 trillion in 1920. And China's outwards FDI flows in 1920 accounted for 10.4% of total global, ranking in second among all countries, regions in terms of outward FDI flows. So the total amount of China outflows investments is really huge, and it's the second largest in the world. Let's move on to the next one. And this is about regional distribution of China's outwards FDI flows. So for long term, Asia has been the key region of China's enterprises of FDI, and Asia is the regional target market with the largest stock of China's OFDI, which had more than 80% of total China's outwards FDI flow share. So the China's investments in Asia country accounts for 110.84 billion of US dollar of the total amount of overseas investment. China's investment in Asia and Europe is increased by 5.1 and 59.6 respectively compared with the 2018. And let's move on the next one. And in these pictures, we can see the industrial distribution of China's cross-border. So manufacturing is the major section of China's FDI, which contain nearly half of total share amount 41.6% and 14.27 billion of US dollars. And the next two sections accounted for 21.2% and 13.3% of the market, respectively, which is the information transmission software and information technology service and production and supply of electricity, heat, gas, and water. So let's move on my partner to continue about this.
Okay, for this part is the distribution of domestic investor by the registration type by the end of 2019. By the 2019, the number of China's outward foreign direct investor, which is a domestic investor, had reached 27.5 thousand. This one is the industry distribution of domestic investor. Okay, in the term of the industry distribution of domestic investor, the domestic investor in the manufacturing industry was the most active entities in world FDI. Accounting for more than 30% of domestic investors, the enterprise were mainly distributed in the computer, communication, and electric equipment manufacture, the special equipment manufacturer, and general equipment manufacturer, and so on. The wholesalers and retailer have always been an important sector of China's FDI. In terms of the investment stock, by the end of 2018, China's wholesale and retailer FDI had surged 2,326.9 US dollars, ranked the second place, accounting for the 11.7% of the total. In 2018, the top three destinations of the wholesale and retailer investment were Hong Kong, Singapore, and the United States. The investment amount is 5.32 billion, account for 43.5%. Singapore is 3.18 billion, which is 26%, and United States is 8,830 million, which is 60.8%. China's FDI have four development features. The first one is expand investment stock scale. The second one is high market concentration. Third one is a property fluctuation. The last one is investment in One Belt and One Road country accelerated. For the One Belt and One Road, the One Belt and One Road have more than 116 countries had international organizations have signed the cooperation agreement with China's One Belt and One Road cooperation. In terms of the economic cooperation between China and One Belt and One Road related countries, cross-border direct investment is a key and core area. From 2013 to 2018, China's outward investment in One Belt and One Road related countries total is 98.62 billion US dollars. In 2018, China's investment flow to One Belt and One Road country and regions flow to Singapore, Indonesia, Malaysia, Laos, Vietnam, the United Arab Emirates, Cambodia, the Russian Federation, Thailand, Bangladesh, and other countries. By the end of 2018, the top 10 countries in terms of the investment stock were Singapore, Indonesia, Malaysia, Laos, Vietnam, United Arab Emirates, Cambodia, Russian Federation, Thailand, and Bangladesh. Okay, that's all for our presentation. Thanks for watching.